Inside
with
everyone,
like chilled
there are
out,
two
man.
bears.
Yeah.
There's two hippies, but they don't really have the energy to do anything.
Oh, there are. I think about that, Tony. I think about that every so often. That inside you there are two bears, the evil bear and the good bear.
I don't know what any of this means.
Going somewhere?
I don't know.
No, that's it. That's like one of the premises of the New Mutants, I believe, according to the.
Oh
Flophouse.
yes, which is weird because they're messing up the two wolves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it wolves?
It's traditionally wolves, but
not in the New Mutants. It isn't.
It's two bears for some reason.
Two bears. Everybody,
which is mainly weird because it's like
everybody has two bears inside them. Great.
Well,
awesome.
I think because there's a spooky bear, I guess, but it could
yes,
be
there is a spooky bear. The demon bear.
But
I don't know.
Somebody has a demon bear that is like haunting them. So I thought that movie was way better than I expected.
I want to watch it because listening to the Flophouse, usually I'm like, boy, I'm glad I didn't watch this movie. But that one, I was like, I kind of want to watch this movie now.
I watched it recently, and I was like,
it's not the old movies with wolves.
It's fine.
It's new and improved.
For a movie that like they
basically
refused to release for 4 years, it's fine. So, yeah.
Not
but yes, there are two bears. Sorry, Jason, I have not seen that episode. Listened to that episode of Flophouse.
Oh, it's good.
On my phone. I mean, they're always good. Okay. I've been doing the weird thing where I listened to all the mini episodes recently, which is strange because
interesting.
They're not kind of about anything.
No, they're not.
But that makes it easier for me to listen to them in chunks because the Flophouse episodes are usually very, very long.
Right.
And like my ideal, I'll go for a walk for like 45 minutes. So I like something.
I listened to the whole episode about the Saw movies, and I have never seen,
nor
will I ever see a Saw movie. But
I've seen Saw 1, but everyone's like, and I've read the Wikipedia summary of the other ones.
Well, actually, yes. The best way for me to consume the Saw movies is listening to a very confused and slightly drunk description of what happens in the Saw movies. Oh,
I thought that was great. I got what I needed. I never want to watch this.
There's a guy, and he's dying, and he tortures people, and then he dies, and then another guy says, "I will fulfill his legacy," and then also tortures people, and that's what the Saw movies are.
No, there was a bad time when somebody was like, "Oh, Tony, you like puzzles? You'd like these movies."
No,
they got me with one movie. That's it. You get one.
Well, okay. The best part about the Flophouse episode about the Saw movies is that Stuart Wellington says, the best Saw movie is Saw 7, and I'm like, what are you doing? What? Why would you get to 7?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the Fast and the Furious movies don't really get good until like number 5.
It's just, I mean, I was making dinner in the kitchen listening to that, and I just thought somebody needs to tell this guy about the sunk cost fallacy. That's all.
Well, also, I enjoy the premise of this podcast is that Stuart Wellington was doing some kind of physical therapy, and so watched one Saw movie a day for like a week. And I also wondered, was he also possibly on medication while watching?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that is often something they would give you for that kind of thing.
Muscle
relaxant. And I was like,
walking on a treadmill trying to ease his back pain.
Yeah,
so
something like that.
Went a very long way on the treadmill.
All right,
should we play D&D?
Yes.
Jason, do you have any other podcasts you've listened to recently that you'd like to share with us?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Aline, how about you? How you doing?
Hi, I listen to audiobooks now. I don't listen to podcasts.
I don't really care for podcasts anymore.
This podcast is over.
Know them all.
I never much did, to be honest with you.
Speaking of other things I don't care for, it's Scott McNulty with our podcast.
This is like a reverse intro.
Now.
Wow.
Yeah. Hi, Scott.
I like it.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am Scott McNulty, your dungeon master.
Oh, shit, I'm not recording.
And you know what that means? Yeah.
I don't have to be recording. You should go ahead.
Oh, God.
Oh, my head. Oh, I think I forgot to put air to my brain.
Stop putting air in your brain. That's not good for you.
I had good energy. That's
you
usually
did.
not the case.
Let's agree.
This is not on you.
Recapture that, Scott. You can get it back.
Let's agree that you had energy.
I don't have to do this, do I, Jason? Can I stop doing this? Tony does so many. You don't need these.
Yeah, but people like yours.
Is everyone recording?
It's a classic quantity versus quality issue.
No one talks about mine. Everyone talks about yours. Everyone is recording. Shall we start?
Of course.
Excellent. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am Scott McNulty, your dungeon master for the next hour or so as you listen to this podcast, which is us playing Dungeons and Dragons. If I'm running it, we're on Athas, Dark Sun. Have you heard of it? Hopefully. If you haven't, This might be confusing. Yes, welcome, stranger. Just pull up some sand and bleed.
Sand
now,
chair.
Speaking sand chair. I love sand chairs. And that voice that you heard is Mr. Jason Snell.
Hello, I'm playing Carlos. Carlos is a mole, and he is a gladiator, and he is hoping not to die. Basically, that's Carlos.
Aren't we all? Erica Ensign is here. I don't know how her character feels about death, but we'll find out.
My character is Zotasha, a tiefling mystic. Our pronouns are she, her. And Zotasha is actually, frankly, appalled at how thoroughly we have failed at literally everything we've tried to do, and is kind of taken aback by it. That's all.
It's true. Speaking of failure, Dan Morin is here.
Wow. That was I don't have to do this anymore, Jason, right?
Nemesis.
I'm playing some character in this. Who really cares? Who can tell? Who can keep track?
Pancakes.
Amlal, the Goliath barbarian, who is doing okay, but's probably been better. That's where we're at right now.
It is true. Elaine Sims is at this podcast.
I am definitely here.
Hashtag at this podcast.
I play Shara, the Air Genasi rogue, and our pronouns are she, her.
Steve Lutz is here. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Scott. I am continuing to play Kachka, a 3-creen bard of some renown, who may or may not have gotten somewhat loosey-goosey with the rules of spellcasting in our previous episode. So if you haven't already sent an angry missive to the Dungeon Master, please, we know it's okay. You don't have to correct us. It's all right.
That's right. It's one of the things about being a dungeon master is you can break the rules because you make the rules. And speaking of dungeon masters, you know him, you love him. He's Tony Sindelar.
Well, I thought you were going to say, speaking of failure, because I have failed 2 death saving throws, a mark that I will carry with me, and I guess until my next long rest.
Failure, yeah.
Yeah. Or the next failure. Yeah. Whichever comes first. That's right. It's true. Me, Tony Sindelar. I play Regdar, the guy. He's secretly a wizard, people, if you haven't figured that out by now. Thank you for having me.
It'll be on his grave.
What? Yeah. This is news to me. Now, dear listeners, you've joined us at a perilous moment. Our adventurers are hovering on a magical disc, magic being their best friend, that is betwixt a lava lake filled with angry fire-based villains and angry fire-based minotaurs that are at the top of this shaft. And they are, luckily, they have an unconscious corpse of Regdar, and the
pre-corpse.
It's a pre-corpse.
I guess we're all pre-corpses technically.
Yeah,
it's true. And they know the words to activate, both to raise and lower the disc. Ash and Ember, I believe, raises it, and Ash lowers it. So they have been for a little while going up and down to avoid the Noid.
That's the name of one of the Minotaurs, the Noid.
So many pizzas have been ruined on Athas at this point.
It's true.
It's this at the bottom of this would be a great pizza oven. So
it would.
Yeah.
That's not lava down there. It's actually melted cheese.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Burn the roof of your mouth.
Also very dangerous.
Most delicious way to die.
And so for those who have been keeping track at home, our characters are between the Thane of the Eye and the Elemental Fire Temple.
Between or betwixt?
The Weeping Colossus. You are between and betwixt, I believe.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wait, whoa. Who's got the Twix?
Well, in that case, we are delicious chocolate-coated
tea.
wafers.
It's really
and I am
melted.
here for it.
Somebody give me at least one. That's why they give you 2.
No.
And during the introduction,
both for Regdar.
We found out that Regdar has, in fact, failed 2 death saving throws. He has 1 remaining. Though last episode, we also found out some shocking news about some powers that other characters may or may not have. Who knows? We'll find out together on this journey into Athas. And
also, Scott, you're the dungeon master. You make the rules. You could decide that it's like 4 death saving throws, right?
I could. I'm not going
23 death saving throws.
Yeah.
3 is a nice number.
It is a pretty good number.
So I guess we should stay in turn order, and by my count, it is Kachka's turn, and we'll just stay in turn order because Regdar will have to make a saving throw in the next turn. That is Regdar's. Cool. So Kachka, you you guys are all on this disc, and you are going up at the moment, I believe.
Going up, yes. So remind me in 5e, how long after you stabilize somebody does it take for them to return to consciousness? It's like an hour or something, right?
1d4 hours.
Oh, yeah, we probably can't do that. So here's the deal. I can cast Leomund's tiny hut on this disc we're on. It'll take a minute. So basically somebody has to take charge of saying ash and ember alternatingly before we get to the top or the bottom. Once that's been cast, we can go in and out of it at will, but people external to it can't penetrate for 8 hours. So we can hang out in there. Or we can make sorties
maybe
out.
They'll forget about us.
No, I'm thinking we can just make sorties
That hut, that's
out.
been there forever. We just let it go. I mean,
well, they can't do anything to us in it, and we can make sorties out of it and attack the Minotaurs at the top until the area is cleared enough that we can get out of the whole area, is what I'm thinking.
So one thing to note about Leomund's tiny hut is that if the caster leaves the hut, the spell ends.
Caster has not a whole lot of interest in leaving the hut.
I'm just saying. We were fast and loose with the magical
rest of us are cannon
rules.
fodder.
So
Yes, the spell ends if I leave its area, which I guess means from the inside of it. So yeah, you're right. That's fine. I don't mind staying in the hut.
You can always just peek out of the flap, see what's going on out there.
You can throw things from inside, and that's fine. But mainly, I'm thinking that minute should probably start next round, unless somebody else has a way to. Regdar's turn is next, so I think it's probably smartest for me to heal him.
Yeah, because that's going to take, if we stay in combat, that's 10 rounds for you to finish casting that spell.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and I will remind you, in case you've forgotten, there is a fire giant who is throwing boulders at the disc as well.
Right.
Or
not
rocks.
much I can do about that, except hope he doesn't hit me. So I will cast Healing Word on Regdar. And it's going to have to be at level 2 because all my level 1 spell slots are out of commission. And let's see. Healing Word does at level 2.
2d4.
Sorry, not Healing Word. Cure Wounds, because I can do that instead.
2d8.
So yes. So I will roll 2d8.
2d8.
2d8. Plus my spellcasting modifier. All right, that's a 3 and another 3, so 6 plus. Modifier is. Is that my spellcasting ability?
Charisma, right? You're a bard.
Yeah, and I think that I've got like a +6 here for some reason, which I don't think it is.
Includes your proficiency.
If it includes my proficiency, then it's a +8. Because my charisma is +5. So let's call that 13.
It's just 5. Maybe it's just 5. I don't remember.
We should figure it out because that could make a big difference.
I'm checking. Check. I think it's so it's Cure Wounds. I think it's 2d8 plus
your spellcasting ability
modifier. So that's charisma.
This is all gonna get cut
straight
out.
up.
What people like.
So 11 total, I think.
Looking up rules is everyone's favorite part.
So let's call that 11.
11 health for Regdar.
11 health for Regdar. And there goes
Regdar gasps, but not a wizard.
And on my next turn, if we don't die before then, I will try to.
I thought you just had unilaterally decided you have another turn.
No.
For my
I'm just saying. That's what I'm thinking the plan is at this moment.
Kachka costs a spell that lets Kachka take 10 turns in a row. No one else gets to go.
But on one of those turns, Kachka casts the spell again because you can just
wishing for more wishes.
Oh man!
I would recommend if for whatever reason we have to choose between the top and the bottom of this shaft, the top seems like the best place to be, considering the fire giant and other creatures at the bottom seem like they're a bit worse than the Minotaurs at the top. So.
Everyone's favorite show, Top Shaft.
Regdar, it is
leave that one alone.
You're conscious. You're laying on a disc.
What
more could I ask for?
Wow. Yeah. Is there anyone who? I mean, I know there's somebody throwing boulders at me. How far away are they?
Let's see. How
Yes, it is. Are they within 120 feet?
Yes.
All right, why not just throw a ray of frost at them because they are being unkind. I bet they are not affected by frost, but are annoyed by it. I rolled a 20. Wow, Regdar rarely gets to roll attacks. He usually makes people roll saving throws. Please, if a 20 hits, which I hope it does.
20 will hit a fire giant.
They can enjoy 11 cold. Let's see. Sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. 10 cold damage.
All right. Well, it seems...
Scott, I apologize. I misread something. I had a ray of frost and a fire bolt. I'm assuming fire bolt is not going to be effective against them. Are they within? The fire bolt is 120. Ray of frost is only 60. Are they within 60?
Well, now let me check.
Sorry.
Checking details of the adventure.
I think we were 40 at sort of at the end of the last recording. We were 40 feet up. But that might have been 40 feet from the Minotaur. And
Regdar is happy to be alive. If it takes you too long, we can assume he misses.
No, it's fine. You will say that you're 40 feet above this thing.
Okay, so 8 ice, and he eats 8 ice.
8. Okay, so it looks like he takes that damage. It doesn't look like he takes any additional damage, but doesn't like it. Because why would he?
Yeah. All right,
Carlos.
Regdar done.
You are on a disc going up towards the Minotaurs.
Yeah. Cool.
Regdar's alive.
Happy about that. Carlos really admires Regdar and all the magic that he's taught him, and he sees Regdar fire off a ray of frost at the giant and says, "Oh, great idea. Let's do that." And Carlos rolls 16 to hit.
Carlos misses the fire giant.
And I'd be like, man, the student is not better than the master.
So your ray of frost was overcome by the heat and kind of just melted away.
It's probably not your fault. We probably just moved out of range just as we were starting to do that.
I don't know. I think it's just that Regdar is a pro at this and Carlos is just an enlightened amateur and not that enlightened, honestly. So that's it for Carlos.
The key is Regdar was lying down on a disc, in a pool of his own burnt blood. So next time
Carlos was standing right over him, all healthy and muscular, and was like, can't do it. So there you go.
It's all in the wrist, Jason.
Okay.
It is all in the wrist. And you are just a reminder that you all know the trigger words for the disc, so you can on each of your turns, if you so desire, you can send it up or down. Zatasha. I'm not. Oh no, wait, I skipped Umlaw.
Oh, it's me.
Yes.
Are we currently going up or down?
Yeah.
You are currently going up.
And how long does it take for us to get to the top?
A minute.
There you go.
Plenty of time for...
no, not necessarily. It took a minute to go from the top to the bottom. I don't know if the speed is different on the way up.
Oh, it is not.
Okay.
It's just enough time for Kashka to cast a stupid hot spell. And
Stupid.
We decided...
But you've already been going up. So
yes, and we want to stay away from the
all right.
giant.
Well, how close are we to the top, I guess, then is the next question.
Well, so it's I believe it is 100 feet. The shaft is 100 feet. We'll just say it is because that makes it easy. So every round is 10 feet up or down, depending. And so you are 40 feet up at the moment. So 6 more rounds.
Right, so we're not quite halfway yet. All right. Correct. So that's what I filed this under, not Amlal's problem. And all right, so we're 40 feet up. That's within. That's long range for a javelin attack.
Oh, actually, I will say on Carlos's turn, since he's the start of the order, you are now 50 feet up.
Oh, we're 50 feet up, but the giant is tall. How tall is the giant?
Giant is surprisingly
giant.
short for a giant. He is like, I think, 18 feet tall. He's also in. He is like waist deep in a lava lake.
Is the 40 feet? Is the 40 feet to the lava, or are you counting?
Yeah, if he leaves the Thane of the Eye traveling 30 miles per
hour, the two sides,
Pythagoras, baby, Pythagoras theorem.
How much friction does a giant moving across lava have?
That's a
So
personal
Scott, a javelin's range is 30 feet. Tell me if I'm at long range.
You are at long range.
Okay, so I will, you know what? I'm going to take a shot at disadvantage. The only thing I cannot remember from last time is whether my rage expired, which it does if I don't take damage or don't attack every round. But I think I have attacked every round.
We will assume that you've attacked.
So for the moment, I think I'm good. All right, so I'm going to keep that going.
You could just ready, like, because it's going to keep going up. You could just ready so that as soon as you get within short range that you throw the javelin.
Does that expire my rage? That's a rules lawyer
it's still
question.
The same round. Unless somebody stops the disc, in which case
I'm gonna hurl it. It's gonna be a disadvantage because it's long range. And we're gonna see if it does anything. It's a 20. Ooh, I rolled great. 22.
22 will hit a fire giant.
Fantastic. The fire giant takes 10 damage.
All right.
And no extra damage because I believe my rage only applies on melee attacks.
Wah, wah.
Wow, wow, but at least my resistance is still alive. So Umlaw is very proud of himself for throwing a javelin at a giant. And he's like pokes Regdar. He's like, you see that?
Oh,
Me hit with javelin.
Got some blood on your shoes there.
Off the edge.
Yeah.
These shoes new.
Regdar gurgles. Also, I don't think you wear shoes. You have sandals at best. You seem like a barefoot kind of guy.
I'm barefoot. Totally barefoot.
Yep.
Zatasha.
Yeah.
Who I
take
believe
that.
Wears
Your feet are bloody.
or shoes. I should say.
Yeah, I'm probably wearing whatever the footwear was of the
cultists,
of the cultists. Yeah, so I have air
cultist. Let's
footwear.
unpack that. We never really talked about the footwear of the air cult.
Air cultists?
Nike Air.
Sneakers.
Clearly,
Sneakers,
it's Nike Air. Yeah.
Thinking it's something open-toed. Probably.
With those
open toed, but also something that you have to little pump.
Oh
to
yeah,
make
the little
it
wings.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
those.
what were the pumping ones? Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are Reeboks.
Air Jordans.
There you go.
Well,
Was
this is a fantasy world that we
Those-
make
those
up
the pump.
ourselves, so it's got wings and the
All
pumpy things.
of
so
those
there you go.
things.
Yes.
Those are some fancy shoes.
Ooh.
It's probably
Tune in
Crocs.
for our TPK merch coming soon.
Yeah. I'm thinking water cult, they wear those shoes that look like where you can see all the individual toes.
Yep, I was just gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
that. Absolutely.
5 fingers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna heal
Sequence.
myself.
Sequence done.
That's what I'm gonna do. Because
All right.
I
Oh, and you
a
don't
lot.
have to raise Regdar from the dead, so that's
I
exciting.
don't. Nope. So I'm just gonna spend
Bonus.
some points to heal. I wish I had something that I could use to heal multiple people at a time, but I don't. I don't have anything like that at all. So that's all I'm doing. It's healing me. And
Alright.
I'm not close enough to the top yet to be able to use my magic hand shove. So, yep.
I'm just imagining our 14 listeners that we have to the
14
pod.
listeners.
I mean, to the podcast, saying, "Hey, remember that episode where they rode up on an elevator for the whole episode?
Hey,
Good times."
listen,
One of those
People-
Mass Effect elevators.
people who are listening, it is your choice to listen to this podcast. You can
That's
feel
right.
free to stop. And if someone's making you do
You're not
that,
a hostage.
making you
Oh
listen,
no.
please send an email and we will send help.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are a
If you
hostage,
can.
then
Yeah. In
I
some
apologize.
cultures, total party kill is used as a psychological warfare device to intimidate prisoners.
those are mostly Tony's episodes, though.
Yeah. So, and when I say cultures, I mean my house.
How many prisoners do you keep
Fancy.
in your house?
I'm not going to answer that question, Pop.
Just curious. Anyway,
Nice try.
foiled again. Let's see. The Minotaur. There's a Minotaur down there. He's gonna go. I don't really know what this Minotaur is doing down there, but I trust that he is down there.
Doing Minotaur stuff.
Yeah, looking for a maze.
Mm-hmm.
Eating some maize. It's popcorn at this point.
Mm.
Let's see. He can't really do anything. He's just going to look awesome standing in the lava and
Roses.
breathe out a cone of embers towards the disc that doesn't actually reach.
It looks pretty cool.
Looks awesome.
Does look pretty awesome.
I kind of want to go back down now.
Yeah.
It would be
I want to stay
sporting.
here because I can see it better from this angle.
Mm. It's more coney up here.
On this island.
I like to think that we all look and see him breathe fire up at us and are like, oh no, it's not going to come up here. All right.
Now the question is, what kind of dungeon master am I feeling like?
Yeah, because we did such a great job buttering you up before.
How many options are there? And do we get a voice?
Everybody is so
I would just like to
nice.
remind you, Scott, we are terrible people.
Guys, what about
he doesn't need us to tell him that.
Guys, I just got here with a bucket of butter. Where do you need it poured?
Erica, I think what you mean to say is that Scott is the best of us.
That's basically what I said.
The bar was not set particularly high.
Be that as it may, Scott
no
is
higher than this
great
disc.
and the best.
Well, thank you all for your lies.
I didn't lie. Did I lie, Scott?
No, that's true. You didn't.
No, the rest of us.
I think
I said nothing. The greatest truth.
So, well, let's see. You probably only see a couple of people. So this, you'll recall that to the, you're in this cavern basically, or room under a cavern is an underground room basically that has a lava pit and several tunnels. In one of the tunnels is a priest of the fire cult, and he points his hand towards the disc because he can see from where he's standing. He can still see Shara, Zatasha, and Carlos, and he points his hand and hurls 3 scorching rays, one at each of you.
I'm really glad I healed myself. I only had 9 hit points before.
And we'll see if he hits, which is the question of the day. So let's...
Is this a saving throw, or is he actually rolling attacks on this?
He is rolling an attack.
Ah, crap.
All right, so for Carlos, he got a 15, which I'm sure misses.
Misses.
Zatasha, he got an 8, which I'm also sure
God.
misses.
The 15 would have hit.
And Shara, a 14.
Misses.
That
All
also
right,
would have hit me. Yay, this has worked out perfectly.
See, there you go. I'm feeling kind. He shoots his rays and they hit the bottom of the disc. The disc rocks a little bit, but there's no game.
Oh, come knocking.
Ramifications.
I was just going to say that.
No, well, maybe given
Catching some rays up here.
There may be some ramifications if these puns don't stop.
Not a pun.
Oh, there may be ramifications if people continue to correct me.
It hasn't happened so
Not a
far.
correction.
God.
Right you are, Scott.
How long have you known me? Can I stop myself?
No, you cannot. You must be true to yourself, Erica. I agree. And everyone listening, that's what you should learn from today's episode. Be true.
That's one to grow on.
Thanks
Go,
for
Joe.
tuning in, everyone.
Yeah,
Learning is half the battle.
Woo, that's Total Party
Total
Kill
Party
Advice
Kill,
Corner.
the podcast of affirmations and elevators.
Yep.
I would play a board game called Elevators and Affirmations, actually.
So the fire giant is going to reach his hand into the lava lake and pull out a rock, and a molten, it's a very hot rock, and he's going to throw it up at
Hot rocks.
who could he see?
Coming through.
Unfortunately, I think he could probably see Shara, so he's got to throw a rock at Shara. Let's see what happens. And you are 50 feet up, so it's still within. So the thing about fire giants is that they're really good at throwing rocks. He hits with a 20.
Yep.
And the other thing about getting hit with a rock is you generally don't want to be hit with a rock. So you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage
All right.
as a giant rock smashes into you.
I can see him, right?
Yes.
So I'm taking half of 27.
Oh, take
Aha.
that, fire giant. You move out of the way, and it just kind of clips your shoulder and then falls back into the lava with a spray.
I'm picturing
of
like
lava.
a pirouette that has Char like half off the disc for a second and then just right back
yes.
on.
Mm-hmm.
We should
16 hit
figure
points
out
is a hell of a clip.
We should figure out a way to switch positions so that I'm on that side.
A lot of shuffling.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
And this guy is gonna this razor blast. Remember, he's wearing armor and he has like
Razor blast.
the Iron Man power thingy in his chest. And also there is this touch control that raises the pillars from the lava, which you had touched to lower the pillars, and he touches them to raise the pillars. Because he wants them up. Shara, it's your turn.
wait, up or down?
Wait, we raised them.
We had raised
and
them.
then he put
Oh,
them
you
back
raised
down.
them. Well, then he's putting them down.
He doesn't care. He doesn't want them up or down. He just wants them the opposite of whatever we want.
That's right. He's like, those jerks.
Always messing with my pillars.
Shara, you have been hit by a big rock.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
That's good.
Yeah. You don't have a lot of room to maneuver on this disc, but...
Yeah, and I don't have... I've got my crossbow. So I guess I could try that. I'm going to aim at that rock-throwing giant.
All right, so you're 50 feet from the lava lake, so you're probably like 40 feet from the giant.
Okay. I rolled 12.
So the giant is wearing plate armor, and it clanks off his plate armor.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. I'm not quite at half damage. I'm 3 points away from being at half my health. So I'm going to try to kind of back away and do as Amwal suggested. Just try to get out of the way of the front line here.
Spaces. Sure. You can, well, there's not a lot of room on there, but I will say, so on the map, you are all on a disc. So any square that has any disc in it, you can be on without fear of falling off, because you are very competent characters, despite all evidence
we should just
to the contrary.
rotate like 90 degrees.
So yes, that is a perfectly fine square to be in, and you don't have to, like, you're not on the edge as it appears on here. Okay. All right. Anything else, Shara?
No.
All right. You are saying, please shield me from those rocks. Kachka.
Yes. Is anybody in particularly dire straits that might need to make a saving throw? If
I don't think so.
Nobody's volunteering?
Regdar might be
in the direst
Probably
of straits.
Worst off.
Possibly walk a life over there.
Why do you keep getting money for nothing is what I want to know. Where's it coming from? Who's funding?
Oh, no. Oh, and also the Eternal Flame Priest is dead. So he doesn't do anything.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, he didn't hit. So he was, his last dying act was to shoot those firebolts, and then he dies.
Does he have any brothers in arms?
Is a fairly ironic name for him, then, I guess.
That's right. Well, you know, it was an aspirational name.
I see.
Turns out this burning was not
be the flame
after
that
all.
you wish to be.
See, another listeners, this advice.
Wow.
It's very good.
That should be on a poster.
So not as good as the advice about maybe finding something else to do with your time. All right. I will not hand out any bardic inspiration then. I will simply begin the long and arduous process of spending 10 rounds casting Liamun's tiny hut.
All right.
I would like to kind of place myself
by the next episode
in the middle of the pile of people so that I'm at least blocked on any side of which there's a monster.
All right. So that takes a minute. And
flying
this
rocks.
is your first round. A minute, of course, for those not in the know, 10 rounds. So there you go.
So in
All
two or three episodes, we'll be there.
You were not down here very long. So.
I could cast it as a ritual. That would take 10 minutes or 11 minutes. So.
Oh, wow.
But then I wouldn't use up that second level spell slot or third level.
That would be 100 rounds.
Regdar.
Let's do it. And let's play a round of Risk every.
It's a telethon.
Hey, if you're looking for a game that's based on Risk, but is more complicated, you've come to the right Regdar. So Regdar is going to throw more Rays of Frost at fire giants. That's what I'm here to do. It's kind of fun. 24, I believe we know hits. Please enjoy 9 cold damage.
All right. He does not enjoy it. He frowns. You made him frown.
No, that wins.
He gone up at some point.
It's not,
by the way,
moving anywhere, but
just
theoretically
now.
it's reduced by 10 feet every time I hit him.
Okay.
His speed.
Yeah, he hasn't been moving.
Yeah, I mean, got him right where we want him.
Anything else, Regdar?
No.
All right. So you are now it is Carlos's turn. You are now 60 feet above the lava lake, 40 feet below the Minotaurs, and if anyone's looking up, you can see some Minotaurs looking down.
Wait, the shaft is really only 100 feet?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
I got the impression it was a much longer shaft.
Just talking about shafts.
I've heard that often.
Shut your mouth.
Carlos looks down admiringly at the fact that Regdar has successfully cast Ray of Frost when Carlos has failed at it. Shakes his head, pulls out one of his Dehada throwing implements, and just chucks it at the fire giant. So we're going old school. We're going physical ranged attack from Carlos, which is rare, but he's going to give it a go. And it's a 23.
That will hit a fire giant.
And so that giant takes, 3 damage.
Carlos, I don't want to be like, like a sad sack here, but like when you throw a javelin down at a fire giant standing at fire, you're never getting that javelin back.
No, it's okay. I don't love the Dehadas anyway. And
these are one-way javelins is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So. But I did 3 damage and nobody knows how much damage I did. I'm just like, got him. Yeah,
you did. Yes,
that's it.
There's a little scar on his face.
Yep.
I thought the Dejada in Dark Sun.
Scar, yes.
The Dejada in Dark Sun is like a highlight thing. It's basically like a highlight thing you're using to whip balls.
Okay.
At people or rocks.
Or something. You're right. Okay, well, he gets a rock in the face. He gets a highlight ball in the face for 3 damage.
I got the javelins that I'm never getting.
Highlight like them apples. And
no.
That's it. Carlos out.
Wait, did you throw a rock or an apple?
It was yes.
The world may never know.
Apple-shaped rock, rock-shaped apple. Who can tell?
I can't believe we got past saying with Paul's without anything from Steve.
Sand apple.
Let's just move along.
Sand apples, delicious. Umlaw.
All right, Umlaw will use his opportunity to move back to where Shara was, so that he can sort of bear the brunt of some of this attack, and he's going to just chuck another javelin. I don't know how many javelins he has.
Enough.
Carries a lot of them. I guess I got some hand axes too.
There are some people who are interested in maintaining inventories.
Yeah, not me. That's not me.
Dungeons and Dragons, and I am not one of them.
He's an 8 foot tall dude. He's just got like an armful of javelins.
Like a porcupine at the best of times. There's like little spikes sticking off. It's adorable.
So the long range on a javelin is 120 feet. So basically, as long as we're going up with this, I'm just rolling at disadvantage. Unless we ever get within 30 feet, which Scott can let us know.
Well, you could always reverse the direction of the.
I assume that will have to happen at some point, but since we are 40 feet still from the top, I assume we just kind of play it out.
That's true. You could also attack the Minotaurs that are looking down from the top.
Ooh. Can I get a Minotaur to fall
really, like,
on the
at
fire
this point,
giant?
At this point, every person could just say, I say Ash on my turn, you say Ember on your turn. I say Ash on my turn, you say Ember on your turn. And like, we just basically stay where we are.
And on Umlaw's turn, he throws up. Or possibly down, depending on the direction we're currently going.
Umlaw throws down.
Just thinking if we get within 30 feet of those Minotaurs, they might be able to throw stuff at us.
18 on that giant.
An 18 will hit a giant, and
great.
That is exactly what you need to hit the giant.
And we'll do 11 damage.
All right.
I'm doing okay with this.
Carlos high fives Umlaw.
Me think that's working out great.
Yep.
Perfect. You got the giant where you want him.
We got the high ground.
Me hear that very good in fights.
It is.
Technically, me always have high ground.
I very rarely had high ground in gladiatorial duels, but it's awfully nice when you get one of those gladiator arenas with like a little hill. You stand on it,
or you stand on the corpse of
you're
an animal you already killed.
But Umlaw, you're basically always on the hill because you're very.
I'm always on the high ground. Yep. That's right.
The best hill is the one you make yourself.
That's right. Listeners, Zatasha.
More life lessons from Total Party Kill. Oh man.
Oh boy, life lessons.
We got a lot of life lessons. The time it takes to cast one hut
classifying? Is this part of a initiative to change which category we are?
I have updated our Apple Podcast feed to this is now in the philosophy category under self-help.
What is up or down, really?
Yeah. Are you a dungeon or are you a dragon?
Are you an Ash
or Ember? Who can tell?
Yeah. We're all just a disc in the world's shaft.
Steve, no.
Steve.
Too easy.
I guess it looks like all my my friends here are concentrating fire on the giant, so sure. I'll give it a dirty look and do a mind thrust. So it needs to make an intelligence.
It just got dirtier.
Steve.
Oh boy.
The old mind thrust in the shaft, eh?
In the shaft, yeah.
If I had a penny for every time I heard that one.
Yep. Yeah, it has to make an intelligence saving throw.
It rolls an 18.
It makes it.
All right.
So as far as anybody else is concerned, I'm just giving it a dirty look, which seems totally
doing one of these. You're like
Yep. And we're 40 feet from the top right now, you said?
Correct.
Okay. That's it for me then. I'm gonna hunker down a little bit so that I'm not as visible from below.
Sure. So you can totally do that.
Yep.
And then this flame wraith, who I believe you scared off, comes back. And
all right, remember when we started this and we successfully intimidated someone? Good times.
He's not intimidated anymore. What is he gonna do? Oh.
I don't like it.
Scott's playing a little solo Dungeons and Dragons over there while the rest of us are hanging out.
Please.
I have to turn to page 10.
Flame Wraith has a little journey that the Flame Wraith
keep your
takes.
finger on the page you're on in case you want to go back and choose a different path next time.
It's true.
Like,
so
maybe not throwing damage at us.
You are on this disc, and suddenly around all of you, a twisting pattern of colors weaves through the air. It appears for a moment and vanishes. Everyone must make a wisdom saving throw.
Somebody just hypnotic pattern us.
Yes,
somebody
did.
Just hypnotic pattern you.
Wisdom, you say? Oh, my wisdom is not as bad as I thought it would be.
Oh boy.
Wait, is this charm?
Oh boy.
It's also not good.
This is a charm effect.
Doesn't matter. Just wondered.
And your DC is 14.
Doesn't
4.
Make it 20.
Oh, all right.
I did not make it.
I did not have disadvantage.
Also rolled a critical.
Damn it.
Oh, so anyone who got above a 14, nothing happens. Anyone who got below a 14, some things happen.
Scott, I accidentally rolled on disadvantage. It gave me a 4 and a 14, which feels unfortunate.
I feel like you should just re-roll.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll with nothing. Oh, well,
sorry.
What's the difference?
Now, if you are not capable of being charmed, nothing happens as well. But if you are capable of being charmed, you are charmed. And so what does a charm do? You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer. So this is the flame wraith. He's charmed you. And you are also incapacitated, which means that you can't take actions or reactions, and you have a speed of 0. So you're basically just kind of staring at this hypnotic pattern.
That's what I'm doing.
How long does this last?
Me too.
You will find out.
Cool
I can tell you. I mean, Regdar would know probably. Hypnotic pattern lasts for a minute.
I could tell you, but
is there another save or some way to snap out of it?
Oh, but a tiny hut. We're not going to get a tiny hut if you're. Oh no!
No.
Oh, the tiny hut is sadly
Operation Tiny Hut is failed.
Is interrupted. You lose the spell slot. The spell ends. Yes, you would. Well, we'll find out if people know this. So I won't tell you. All right, that's a Flame Wraith. That was a highly effective round for the Flame Wraith. Go Flame Wraiths. The Minotaur shakes his fist because he can't do anything. The Eternal Flame Priest remains dead. The Fire Giant...
He's still in the order. He is dead.
I haven't deleted him. He's my favorite. All right.
Okay. All right,
goodbye. Everyone say goodbye to the Eternal Flame Wraith.
Bye, Flame Wraith.
Flame
We
Wraith.
intimidated you.
He's gone. The Fire Giant goes. Fire Giant really is a one-hit wonder.
That's what I heard about him.
And he already hit, so he's done.
That's true. And now you're a little higher, so you probably can't see any. So he's gonna walk over here and push this guy out of his way. And reach. Oh, look, there was another guy underneath the Fire Giant. Well, he'll go over there.
Thanks, buddy. I've been down here for ages.
Goodness. They're cozy. The cult of fire.
feel like that guy might have also been dead.
He probably.
I mean, after the giant was sitting on him, that's for sure.
You can shake somebody out of the hypnotic pattern stupor with an action, just so you know.
Yeah, but their characters may not know that, so that's why I didn't say that. Fire giants.
They've seen me use it before. We used it in the other room, and we deliberately shook somebody awake to get them out of the room with the roper. So
that is true. Although Amlal is a big dummy and doesn't know how anything works.
Well, then you know it, and I remain corrected, and I don't like it. So the fire giant is going to throw a rock at Umlal.
This is a correction rock.
It's kind of win-win because if I hit it, it wakes. If it hits me, I wake up and I'm still in my rage.
So Dan,
I
rolled a natural 20.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
which is not what you want. So that means I'm about to roll 8d10.
8d10. Well, I am still resisting damage because my rage is still active because I hit him on my last turn.
All right, I'm rolling it.
It's also not great, but
still not great. I just So that is so apparently when you roll a d10 on roll 20 or D&D Beyond has a percentile button that you can roll and also a d10, and I rolled 10 percentile die, which gave me 444 points of damage, and I thought that doesn't seem right.
But don't we just move the decimal point?
4.44444.
Yeah,
you didn't say to where.
Round up to 5.
Round up to 5. All right, so you take doing some math here. 60.
Scott's gonna do some
points of damage.
65.
65.
Not 65, but 65.
65.
Just so we're clear, Regdar was
that was a really good roll on 8d10.
Dead.
It was a very good roll.
Yeah. Okay. So good news is I'm resisting, which means I take half of that, which is 32. I am still up. Surprisingly,
you are no longer incapacitated.
Yeah. Hell no, I'm not. I got 26 hit points,
which
is
ready to
not
party.
Great, but I'm alive and somewhat staggered.
Shara, I don't know if you're incapacitated. No, you rolled a natural 20. You are full of vim and vigor.
That's me.
Things are not going well.
Yeah, and I don't really know what to do.
You're in a tough spot.
Well, if you've got nothing better, wake somebody up out of their stupor.
So who's in a stupor? Just so we know. So we have Kachka's in a stupor.
Carlos.
Carlos is in a stupor.
Kachka.
And Zatasha is in a stupor.
So everybody but okay, so Dan, Regdar, and I are not. Everyone else is.
That's right.
Okay.
I love the idea of a party that includes both Dan and Regdar.
So Dan is he's fine.
Omwal is a mess, but Dan is okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yep.
Dan is like, does anyone need me to write a novel? I'm like, no, we're fighting a giant.
It takes several rounds, let me tell you.
Dan's AC is very low, and his hit points also very low. So
very low.
Jason, you had to play a character that was based on your actual strengths and limitations. It's not so much fun, is it?
It's not.
I basically say we have vulnerabilities to a lot of things.
Yeah, but such great charisma, Dan. Too bad your wisdom sucks. Eat it. I didn't say.
All right. Well, I will shake who's closest to me, Kachka, awake.
All right, Kachka. Let me read this. I think you just need to shake. And
no. You need to slap her. That's just the only thing you can do. Sorry, it's just in the rules. Just
snap out of it, Kachka.
She probably knows how much I'd enjoy that.
Oh, no. Let's see. Or someone uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. So yes, you use your action and shake Kachka out of her stupor.
Get a hold of yourself, bug.
And it's Kachka's turn. So Kachka says, I've been shooken out of my stupor.
I like it.
Shaken.
Stupid.
All right. Sorry. Who else? I know Zatasha
and Carlos are
amongst the stupid ones.
Can you just throw
Carlos
Zatasha into
useful.
Carlos or something though? Like
Carlos,
can you get a twofer?
Please don't try
so
that.
Yes, you can.
Carlos's turn is coming up relatively soon, so I'm going to shake Carlos out of his stupor.
All right, Carlos, you are no longer stupored.
Oh, whoa! Those were some colors.
And with Omlal being kind of bruised and battered as he is, I think I might lend him some inspiration with my bonus action.
Thanks.
Oh, there you go. Much like this podcast. You inspire.
Yeah.
Regdar.
This Total Party Kill is
And
a
that's
podcast that
one to
lends
grow on.
listeners inspiration.
That's right. Listener, next time you need a saving throw, roll a d4
Man,
and add it.
we are going to
call
make so
for
much
help.
money off the t-shirts on this episode. Wow.
I mean, I feel like I should just keep spanning Ice Bolt. Or sorry.
And Regdar probably
Ray of
knows this
Frost.
already.
Oh.
It might not matter because the only one left that's stupefied is Tasha, but
I'm not very useful, so do what you guys need to do.
Hypnotic Cube is a concentration-based spell, so I would just mention to anybody who's listening that if they can ruin the concentration of that flame wraith to the north, that
Scott, is that flame
might
wraith
be a good thing for
within
spells.
60 feet, Ray Frost?
Well, so nothing. The only thing that was within 60 feet, because you are at 60 feet above the lake of fire, is well, let's see.
Cool Minotaur.
I'm 60
Bringing
feet
Firebolt to
above
the fire
burning
temple
lake
was a
of
mistake.
fire.
Wow.
Let me use this ruler thingy.
I can cast light. Nope, I was gonna say light is touch distance only. I'll cast light on the fire wraith. That'll show it.
I'll say that he's just within 60 feet because he's.
Eat it,
I
fire
could
wraith.
cast darkness on him if I was like.
Scott, I cast. I rolled a 13.
13 for a fire wraith to eat it. That is in fact enough to make a fire wraith eat it. So it hits the fire wraith.
Enjoy. Scott, I rolled basically minimum damage. I rolled three cold damage.
Oh.
Scott, I don't have any more secrets to tell you, but like, don't tell anyone about this turn. It was really embarrassing.
I won't tell anybody.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh,
Erica. This is future Erica, not current Erica. Current Erica to listen. Future Erica. When you edit this, make it seem better because that was real sad. Thank you.
Oh right, man, what an amazing turn by Regdar there. Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Crowd goes wild.
How did a crowd get on this disc? It's a very
listeners, you know,
it is crowded.
There was an editing error just then, and sorry, Erica, but sometimes you got to own up to your mistakes, and you missed the great turn that Tony just took, but it was great.
Oops, sorry.
Yes. Well, listeners, remember, sometimes you must own up to your mistakes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
see.
Words of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, you got to save some of these for the next time. Because, like, can this be our only meaningful, important podcast? Are they all going to be like this from now on?
Maybe they are.
I'm turning a new
leaf.
We're going to change your lives.
Leaf.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
Is this the wisdom
That's
of
part of the lesson
motherhood that you have, Scott? Now, like you're
right.
Like,
it is.
You're living
yes.
two lifetimes now. So
also, just stop licking things. If I've found
I
out,
was not started, but thank you,
Scott. You can't
they
make
like to
me
lick things. I'm just suggesting. I don't want to take your joy.
You might want to think about stopping.
Yes,
licking
well,
things.
Before here's the thing. What you should do: think before you lick. And then you can lick if you want.
That's a good rule.
Well, I mean, if it's ice cream, then
lick.
Go ahead, right?
See?
Like that's
Go
fine.
nuts.
A lollipop, not a problem.
Sure. If
That's
it's an
lick it.
electrical outlet, don't do it.
Don't do
No.
that.
Don't lick it.
When I think before I dig, there's a phone number I can call to find out whether
Yes.
there's like a buried electrical line. Is
Yeah,
there
lick
someone I can
safe.
call
Lick
about
safe.
whether I
Lick
should
safe.
lick something or
Yes,
not?
Scott.
Yeah.
Poison control.
You just
Is that Scott? Scott, can
tweet
you give us
tweet
your cell
at me.
phone number?
Listeners, tweet at me.
He's
baby,
at Scott on Twitter. At Scott on Twitter.
Scott, what kind of information do you need? You need photos of things to ascertain.
I do.
Probably if
I
they're
need
safe
to
be licked?
understand first a picture of what you are thinking about licking,
Yes.
and then a picture
Really
of
open
your.
yourself up for a lot of problems here.
You know, playing Dungeons and Dragons was a mistake. Just improvising stupid inspirational podcast topics. This should be our future. This should be it. Every week, 7 people show up on your podcast and they tell you how to change your life.
Right. Yeah.
I have a lot
TPK
of
now
thoughts.
stands for Total Party Knowledge.
I have
One
lot
of them
thoughts
is
on how
bound
people-
to be right,
I like
right?
it.
Like out of 7, one of them is bound to give good
That's right.
advice.
I like those odds.
I don't have children, but I have a lot of thoughts on how people should be raising their children differently because most children are garbage.
Scott,
Listener, not your children, but probably your children are garbage.
Oh, wow.
Not you, Scott. You're great.
it's terrible
Thank
philosophical
children.
knowledge. That's
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go.
that's us.
Whose turn
What's
is it?
happening again?
It is Carlos's turn. The disc rises another 10 feet, so you are 70 feet above the lava lake.
What's the downward, Scott?
Ash.
I say ash and throw another highlight ball at the giant.
All right. Give me.
Should we be getting closer to the giant?
I mean,
but there's guys. There's guys up there too.
Yeah, but they're weaker guys.
Are they?
There are more of them.
Can I see? Like, actually, before I do that,
would you rather fight two giants, one giant? Minotaur? I get it wrong.
Hang in there, kitten. Oh, no. What can I see up above us? Actually,
Scott.
I
don't think I can until next.
I was gonna ask on my turn too.
Give me a perception check, dear Carlos.
Okay. 4.
You can't see much.
Take that, giant! And I throw the highlight ball down at the giant.
It's very hot. The air is distorted.
It's only a 12.
Your ball bounces off the giant.
Well, at least I said the magic word, and that's it for Carlos.
Oh, Carlos, I thought the magic word was highlight.
Also, yes.
No. So yes, the disc stops, and so for this turn, it will be hovering as it kind of reverses and goes down. No.
Can we say it enough times quickly that we break the platform? Because feel like that's really
There's
on brand
lava
for
below
us.
Plunge into the lava.
Try. It will just grind to a halt. It's like pulling the emergency stop on the elevator. All right. Well, we're going down. That's great. What is my range to that giant guy right now?
60 feet.
60 feet. Am I any closer? So there's a giant, there's a Minotaur, and there's that dude with the goggles. No, not with the goggles, but like
he has goggles.
To the north. He has goggles. They all got goggles.
Everybody's got goggles.
Have we been doing any sort of focus fire here?
Yes, on the fire giant.
Okay. All right. Then we'll continue with that. I will hurl another javelin with disadvantage at the giant.
All right.
In the last round we were going up, but now we're going down. 13. Not in an earlier round.
13 is not great. I assume that does not hit a giant.
It clatters off his plate armor.
But at least we're going down swinging.
Oh.
How... My rage lasts for a minute, so that was 10 rounds. I'm trying to figure out how many rounds we've been in this. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, probably...
I probably got a few left.
Yeah, we'll say I'm going to roll a d4 because that's always the right thing to do. You have 2 more rounds of rage left, let's say.
Yikes. Not great, guys.
I will be right back. Think about what you're going to do, Zatasha.
Think about what you've done.
Commercial break?
Think about what Scott's going to do.
I need to use the little fire giant.
All right. All right. Well,
we'll do some normal-sized person.
We'll just do some philosophy things while that is going on.
All right. Does anyone have any problems they need me to solve?
Can we break something about this encounter while Scott is gone?
I don't know.
Figure out a cheap way out of this while Scott is gone. Because going up and down for the next several turns is not tenable.
Yeah, the revelation that the shaft was only 100 feet kind of stymied the whole tiny hut thing.
I mean, the tiny hut strategy could work because we can cycle and kind of stay here, and they could hit us from a distance. But after 10 rounds, we've got the tiny hut.
10 rounds of that dude throwing rocks at us, though, is probably not going to work out.
Well, then winnow down our
and I can't heal while I'm casting the tiny hut.
Here's one hit would take me down.
So, does anybody remember how many Minotaurs were up at the top?
3, well, however many it was, they're probably a lot more now.
Maybe. I'm not sure there were that many Minotaurs.
You think they're breeding?
There were. Yes.
Wow, what is the gestation period of a Minotaur?
About 30 seconds.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. They're born pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is quite a time saver.
Reference acknowledged.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Classic reference.
So if we think that a fair number of the Minotaurs are peering over the edge at us right now, I could hypnotic cube the Minotaurs at the top. It's a wisdom saving throw. They don't seem like they're particularly wise creatures. And maybe that would at least incapacitate enough for us to get by.
To run away?
Yeah, I do think
or
we
spend
need
a minute casting the spell.
Somewhere.
Like if you could hypnotize them and it lasts like a minute, right?
I got to concentrate is the problem.
And you can't also make a hut. We
should not really have concentrated all our important abilities in Kachka.
Well, the thing is, right now I can't make a hut, but I think eventually the technology will catch up to the point where we can make a hut, and then we can go back to the original film and digitally insert.
Oh yeah, you got to jump over that tail.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It'll improve it.
What if we go to the top and just try to make a rush past them to some place that we can like hide away, or down for that matter? The problem is going down. It's really just those pillars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go down.
Might need to be ready to carry some people if they get knocked down, because
down seems vastly worse, and there's no escape route.
All right, then maybe we should go back up and then.
And Kachka can try to hypnotize guys, and then we'll just try to make a break for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's better than trying to go up and down for the next.
All right. Well, somebody's going to need to say Ember.
Yeah, it's my turn, and I can do that.
Zatasha, it sounds like there's a plan developing.
Yes.
It's a bad plan, though.
It's a plan.
I'm going to make it.
It's a plan. That's one up for us. Feet. We went from no plan to a plan.
Yep. I want to make a perception check just to see what I can see up above. Sure. That is a 14.
Well, it's not that hard to see them, but Carlos rolled a very bad perception check. So
Mine's
see
10 higher.
Yes. You see. Let's see what you see. I just need to check the map to see what you probably would see. So you remember that there are a bunch of Minotaurs up there. There are 4 Minotaur. Well, you see 3 Minotaurs kind of looking over the edge, and you also remember that there was this weird one-eyed small
I remember
creature.
That thing.
Yeah, and it's also looking.
I tried to confuse it, and it's apparently non-confusable. So
its weird eye is staring at you.
All right. Well, I will say Ember to,
all right,
change our direction. So how far are we away? I assume we didn't move in the time between.
You did not. So you are 30 feet from the top. So 3 rounds.
Okay. And I can see that weird eye thing.
You can.
Okay. Well, I am going to shove it. Yep.
So you will shove it back.
Push it real good.
With my special telekinetic powers, I can shove it either 5 feet away from me or 5 feet toward me.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
so you're pulling it, really.
Yeah, I am. It's the wording of the of telekinetic is.
It's an inverse shove.
Well, I mean, I'm pushing it from behind.
All right.
Yeah, just telekinetically.
All right, shove that guy.
Yeah, well, let's see. So it is
something.
He has to make a strength saving throw. Yeah, I don't know how strong that little thing is.
Well, he's a little medium aberration. He's probably not all that strong.
He can willingly fail the save if it wants.
It doesn't want to do that.
Not enough creatures take advantage of that opportunity.
It got a 17.
Okay, well that is enough to make it. So instead, I guess I can still see the fire giant, and that's what everybody. No, we're going up now. I'm changing my my target. So I'm gonna mind thrust at that. Who looks smartest, or least smart actually, of all of the creatures I can see peeking over the edge, looking down at us? Based on my knowledge that I have gathered. We've been wandering around, and we've fought some of these creatures, which seem like they have.
Sometimes you meet a Minotaur, and you're like, "This is not the sharpest Minotaur in the drawer."
Uh-huh.
So Minotaurs.
Then you meet a Minotaur, and he is sharpening his thing.
You're like, "Stay away from that guy."
Have highly specialized knowledge. They are very good at labyrinths. They have
street smart. Is what you're saying?
Well, they're maze
smart.
Got it.
Really
good corn.
If you're not mazes ahead, your maze is behind. Okay.
They have labyrinthine intellects.
They do, and so, but other than that, they're pretty dumb. Nothics are smarter than, and this one-eyed thing is a Nothic. For people keeping track at home,
let's
are
be
smarter
clear.
Than a Minotaur.
Nothing's smarter than a Minotaur.
Correct.
Was it worth it, Dan?
Every time.
I think it was.
So right, you see 3 Minotaurs. They're all dumb, and this Nothic that is
all right.
Smarter.
I'm mind thrusting at a Minotaur then. So
all right.
If one of them looks like they're bleeding everywhere, that would be the one that I would choose. And
I don't think any of them really look like they're bleeding anywhere.
All right, then the one in the middle. I'm choosing the one in the middle.
All right.
And let's see. Intelligence saving throw, please.
Okay.
I hope he misses.
Oh, 14.
That misses.
Oh, he missed.
Yep. Yeah, 15. So that will be 11 points of psychic damage.
All right. He doesn't like that.
Well, I don't like him.
Dumb old Minotaur.
Ooh. You hardly even know him.
That is, that's it.
Okie dokie. So we are nearing 10. 25 is not really a great stopping point, but I'm just acknowledging the fact that it's 10:25. Thank you, Erica, future Erica, for editing that out. So,
sorry, Scott, that's not clever enough to make Twitter.
That's fine. It's not everything is clever.
Oh wow, words to live by.
Ends up on Twitter.
Remember, listeners, you don't always have to
hashtag no context TPK.
Is that the symbol for hashtag?
Hashtag. I don't have 4 arms like Kachka.
This is the hashtag.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm just. What?
That's
Yeah,
right.
what if you use the little arms
more
at the end of
sense.
your arm? The things we called fingies.
Hashtag.
This is hashtag, and this is Scissor Sisters.
Oh, no.
And this is
That's
I'm
right.
not a
That's
crook.
the strike on Family Feud. Flame Wraith will go. He's got this spell that he's
The most
concentrating
emo
on.
of all of our enemies, the Flame Wraith.
That's right.
I died and became a Flame Wraith.
I chose not to become an eternal flame wraith because nothing is eternal. Everything decays.
He's very deep, this Flame Wraith.
By my zine.
Eternal Flame, as if.
Cha.
Whatever, Susanna Hoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do this. Who can he see? Oh, he sees Umlal. He's going to point his finger at Umlal, and
I'm gonna point his finger back.
all right, well, nothing comes out of Umlal's finger, but out of this guy's finger comes a fire bolt.
Umlal shakes his finger. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with
Right,
me?
my finger not working right. Help.
I thought this flame finger chamber.
Maybe wrong finger. Hold on.
A 15.
15 does not hit on.
All right. Well, then you hear a thud as the firebolt hits the bottom of the disc that you are.
Oh no! Don't hit the bottom of the disc. We need this disc. This disc is all that is keeping us from a fiery doom.
Oh no!
Or a cheesy doom.
Horn Minotaur still can't do anything. He will. He's just gonna go underneath the disc. Oh, now he's on top of it. But he's
Oh, good. Someone can catch us then.
The fire giant will. Well, he really likes throwing rocks.
He sure does.
Follow
One
your
thing about that
bliss, fire giant.
Yep,
you know what? You do what you love. All right.
Yep.
Don't
I'm
let
not
anybody
gonna
take that away from you.
Man, he's never worked a day in his life.
So he's gonna try and knock
Lazy
Carlos off that
Words
disc
to live by.
with his rock throwing abilities. 23 to hit Carlos.
Oh yeah, that'll hit Carlos.
Quick, Carlos, quick. Throw paper.
It just burns
you
up.
take 29 points of damage as a big old rock hits Carlos.
Well, folks,
Oh,
Carlos has 2 hit points left.
Oh dear.
See? And oh wait, no, it wasn't Carlos's turn. I was so excited, but it's not Carlos's turn. It's and I was only excited because when Carlos goes, the disc moves. To be clear, Shara, it's your turn. I'm excited about that too.
Wait. If the disc is about to move, but it was going to go down again, and we decided we want to go up.
No,
somebody.
I already said it.
Zatasha
we
already
said it.
You're
reversed Carlos.
Great. All right, we covered that. Phew.
This is what happens when Zatasha goes immediately after Carlos.
Yeah, she just belays Carlos's order entirely. Yeah.
Ember.
Okay. If I look up, do I need to roll a perception check to?
No, we'll say that Zatasha pointed out what's up there. Look at that.
There, that.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt at the same Minotaur that Erica aimed for, and I'm
The middle one.
the middle one. And we are over 30 feet away.
No, we're 30 feet
You are
away.
30 feet.
We are 30 feet away. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I say the middle one.
The middle one who's 30 feet away.
Concentrate fire on the middle one, everybody.
That's a 12. What's up with me rolling 12s today? I don't know. Yeah.
So your crossbow bolt hits it in its shoulder, but it kind of bounces off its tough Minotaur hide.
Bummer.
It doesn't do any damage.
Okay, that's it.
All right, Kachka.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to see these 3 Minotaurs. There are 3 peering over the edge. Are there 2, right?
There are 3.
There are 3. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will look up at them and I will play a little jaunty tune on my Klee lyre. And I will cast Hypnotic Pattern, which is a 30-foot cube within range. So if I can, I'd like to make that 30-foot cube, kind of start on the edge of where the lip of the thing is and maybe extend 30 feet into the room.
Yeah,
Sure. In case
we
anybody
can't see whether the 3 Minotaurs or the creepy psychic monster are where they are exactly, but Kachka wants to cover as many of them as possible.
Yeah. So anybody within that 30-foot cube must make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage because I'm using the Klee lyre as my spellcasting focus.
Oh, so you can see these 3 Minotaur and the Nothic, and you can tell by the way that they are arrayed that they you could either get 2 Minotaurs and a Nothic, 2 Minotaurs to the north. Basically, you can't get all of them. So 1 Minotaur will not be in the hypnotic pattern that you can see.
Okay, I can't.
So do you want the
I
northernmost?
can't skip the Nothic and take all 3 of the Minotaurs?
No, because the way they're arranged, the Nothic is kind of in between 2 Minotaurs.
Well, isn't that convenient? All right, let's do all 3 of them.
Okay. And you need some wisdom saving throws, is that correct?
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. What?
DC
with
is
disadvantage.
16.
He said with disadvantage.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
Not with disadvantage. With disadvantage.
All right, we'll do the Nothic first. He fails. We'll do a couple Minotaurs. Fail.
Ooh.
Okay.
Extra
Cool beans.
unknown result.
All right. Well, all 3 of them, as long as I can maintain my concentration, are now incapacitated.
That's
and
right,
have a speed of
charmed.
0.
That's right. Unless a creature shakes them out of their stupor.
That's right. But that creature would need to know that.
That's right.
Probably didn't see the action that just went down on the disc.
Them.
Because the ones that were looking over the edge are now incapacitated.
That is true. So you see.
What are you looking at, guys?
Your hypnotic pattern goes, and you see the 2 northernmost Minotaurs and the Nothic. Their eyes kind of glaze over, and they are still.
Eye singular in the case of the Nothic.
Well, the group has
the collective eyes.
5
All
eyes.
5 of those eyes.
The eyes have it.
I love their burgers.
And the southern Minotaur.
You should really eat at a better place.
The southern Minotaur has clear eyes,
Full hearts.
Heart. Can't lose.
They can't know.
They put a slice of carrot on every burger because it's good for your vision.
Oh, there you go. Anything else, Katja? Probably not. But
No, I think that's it. I'm just going to try to concentrate now.
all right, try. It's very, very hard to concentrate.
Have you seen these knuckleheads I run with? It is hard to keep track of what's going on.
I have, believe me. Regdar.
All right, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on the uncapacitated Minotaur.
Uncapacitated?
That's a word.
The one that's just capacitated.
The one without any capacity.
The capacitive Minotaur.
26.
Well, no capacity for incapacitation.
That's true. 26 will hit a Minotaur who has not been hit yet.
8 cold damage. Also, he has 10 less movement speed in case he wants to climb down slowly. Roger out. All I do today is attempt to not die and cast cold spells. It's the episode where we're just on an elevator giving out wisdom.
That's right. The wisdom elevator. It's much like life.
Listeners,
in this elevator.
If you find yourself on an elevator for more than an hour, do something.
Dispense wisdom.
Anything. I mean,
unless you're an elevator repair person.
Write a short
in which
case.
case,
sing a
we should be
song.
on that
Or at
longer.
least an elevator pitch.
Oh.
And if you find your shaft lasting for longer than 4 hours, then
oh my.
good for you.
It is Carlos's turn and the disc's turn. The disc goes first. It rises 10 feet. So you are now 80 feet above the lake of lava, 20 feet below some starry-eyed minotaurs, their Nothic friend, and one clear-eyed minotaur.
Do we really know the dynamic of the Minotaur-Nothic relationship here?
You can assume.
Co-workers.
There's some
Carlos is going to do some
friendship bracelets.
Some fancy high ball chucking.
Oh, get bally, Carlos.
At the non-starry-eyed Minotaur.
Mm-hmm. The pragmatist.
Attack 1, because I have double attacks, which I had forgotten for a while, is a 15 to hit.
That'll hit a Minotaur.
Okay, that's going to be 7 damage.
Okie dokie.
Ball number 2 is a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
And that is another 8 damage.
Baller move.
And now, speaking of balls,
Nice.
Carlos is going to kind of edge toward Kachka in the center of the disc with his 2 hit points and try to get a little small so that nobody hits him again with anything.
You're playing small ball now.
Yes.
Station to station.
Yep.
Oh, Carlos has been traumatized. Umlal.
Amlal was going to laugh at Carlos forgetting he could attack twice, but Amlal also forgot. This is going great.
Elevators do that.
Well,
but Amlal's inspired by Carlos's.
Carlos doesn't know about ranged attacks.
Yeah, ranged. That's not our thing, man.
No.
That's not what we do.
It's like, extra attack works with ranged.
Yeah, we get up.
Too.
We get up in their faces. That's our thing. All right.
We're gonna die alone on a disc.
Together,
alone,
but with no enemies. You know what we mean.
Yeah, right. Amlal will take inspiration both figuratively and literally, and seeing Carlos hurl some highlight balls at that one Minotaur.
Oh, damn! Carlos grants Umlal gladiator inspiration. It has no value.
Ooh.
I like, but it has value.
Gladiatorial inspiration,
sentimental value.
Mm-hmm.
And that's priceless.
Amlal's going to chuck a couple javelins at that one Minotaur. That guy is not. So we're only 20 feet or so from them. So that's
friendship is the true treasure.
That's within.
That's a lie.
Normal range.
That's right.
I'm just going with it.
You are normal range. Yes, you are not at disadvantage.
Sweet. All right. Javelin number 1 is a 24.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. And javelin number 2 is a 23.
That will also hit.
And together that will make 15 damage.
Well, that is correct.
Excellent.
Great job, everybody.
Throw in a little for free.
You are turning this thing around.
Yeah, we're going up. That was literally.
We're almost back where we started 3 episodes ago.
Almost.
It's exciting. Life is
We're doing a lot
circle.
of running.
Life is a circle.
I mean,
it's like that scene. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode where they like that one corridor and they run in the door and then out the other door. And then
except
the other door.
Yes, that Scooby-Doo episode that's 4 hours long.
where they're on an elevator the whole time.
Some of those Scooby-Doo episodes feel like they're 4 hours.
Fred just loses his freaking mind, or.
All right. Well, there's a Minotaur out there who's got a clear look in his eye.
That's right.
And I'm gonna shove him.
Oh.
I
like it.
Shove me once.
I don't like the way you're looking at me with that clear
Shove it,
look.
Minotaur.
Shove me twice. Stop shoving me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What are we doing now? I have to do a dex or strength.
It's an athletics check contested by this target's. Wait, actually, hang on. Let me look at my special one.
Please.
The target must succeed on a strength saving throw.
All right. Well, one
this
thing
is different from regular shove.
A couple of things about Minotaurs. They are
Two-horned.
very maze oriented.
Mm-hmm.
They are not very smart, but they are very strong.
I thought that might be very strong, but it's worth a try because this is just a bonus action. So,
yes, and that doesn't mean that he will succeed. I'm just saying.
Roll 3.
Whoa. Well, I rolled a 25.
That's not a 3.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood the direction.
You missed it a little bit.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Well,
that's it.
Maybe
well done. There
Plunges
you go.
to his death.
That Minotaur feels maybe a pat on the back.
Oh, good job. Keep up. See, he's clear-eyed. He's felt Imix touch him on his back, and now he is full of vim and vigor and zealotry.
See, and that pat on the back was just to sort of butter him up, and now I give him a really dirty look, and he has to make an intelligence saving throw.
This is things were looking up for this Minotaur.
Yeah.
He rolled a 13, which means I got an 11.
That is that's even not high enough for 10 psychic damage.
All right, this Minotaur. Oh boy, he was just standing here minding his own business.
Mm-hmm. He's lucky he's lucky he hasn't taken a bunch of falling damage.
And the lesson we learned here is when your friends are hypnotized, if you're not, you're doing it wrong, and you'll be punished. That's it. That's the lesson.
That's how it works.
That's even better.
Yeah, I think the lesson really is you're doing it wrong, you'll be punished. That's what I learned being raised Roman Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
The Flame Wraith.
These are Catholic Minotaurs, by the way. Just
they are. They don't eat fish on Friday. But no, that's wrong. They don't eat meat on Friday.
Well, Minotaur Catholicism is different.
That's true. It's reverse Catholicism.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's well known. It's like Australia. So the Flame Wraith will do something. What shall he do?
Go home. Go home. Think about what he's done.
I feel like Kachka's eyes are closed while she tries to maintain her concentration.
I feel like that makes sense.
Carlos is kind of curled up in a little ball on the floor too. So yeah.
He is going to do. That won't work.
I stood up to give a dirty look and a shove. So
he'll try Firebolt again at Umlal because he can see Umlal. Let's see if he can hit this time.
70 feet.
He misses. Thud on the disc. All right, the Minotaur. Now I'm just gonna have all the Minotaurs go in the same round. The Minotaur in the lava lake can't do anything. The Minotaur above you. Minotaurs aren't very smart.
Thank goodness, or I wouldn't.
I hear they're very
That is one of the things I know about Minotaurs.
They are. They're very maze oriented. He is kind of stamping his cloven feet. He looks around. He thinks for a moment and has a brilliant idea, and he tries to jump onto the disc.
Whoa!
Oh, no!
Oh,
No! Nobody asked for that.
He is like a superhero, and he lands on the disc successfully.
Oh my goodness!
Oh no! Nobody invited this guy.
I can't shove him now.
Do not like.
We're just gonna
have any reactions? Everybody, look at your reactions.
If somebody jumps on a disc with you, what do you do? Look, we're all on this disc together, people.
That's right.
Maybe he could join our team.
You don't always choose the people you're on a disc with, but you have to make the best of it.
Oh God. The inspiration just never stops here at Total Party Kill.
I think we should tell him he's in a cult and he should call his parents.
No. We should say that
call your Minotaur.
That his Minotaur or whatever she sent us.
Whoa.
What are we calling these he's? Are they he's? Are they she's? We don't know. But their mom called. Their mom sent us to get
I don't
them.
think we say Minotaur.
We're your ride.
We are not that kind of people, Jason.
Minotaur?
No.
Minotaur.
We don't
Minotaur?
talk like that.
The
Whatever.
Fire Giant will. So the Minotaur lands with a thud on the disc, and it for a moment it feels like the disc is going to tip over because Minotaurs are big, but it rights itself and it looks at you very pleased with itself, but it can't do anything because that's its whole turn.
Was its turn.
The Fire Giant will walk down this tunnel, and you don't see what the Fire Giant's doing anymore. Shara.
In a way, I'm a little bit happy that the Minotaur jumped here because now I can slash at it twice, once with my dagger and once with my rapier of wounding.
Well, you won't make friends that way.
First is a 10 with my dagger, but a nat 20 with my rapier of wounding.
Well, the 10 misses, but as you know, the 20 will hit.
Okay. So So is it double the damage or I roll twice?
Roll twice.
Roll twice.
Okay.
And then add the bonuses.
Yep.
So that's 48.
48.
Obligatory.
Never gets old.
Why does
It
anyone
really
listen
doesn't.
to this show?
Oh.
Yeah, no. Listeners, if you still listen, write to Scott at scott.com.
Mm-hmm.
Scott is standing
Also,
by.
You can kill two birds with one stone and ask any licking related questions.
Yeah,
while you're
That's
at it.
true. Include a
read the
picture
picture.
of the object or person that you would like to lick.
Do
Or
you
that
also
you're
have
thinking
to-
about licking.
If
I
it's
don't
a
care if
person, make
would
sure
like.
you have their permission.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
that's
also
true.
need an
Consent is
image or a
important.
description of
Consent,
the licking
yes.
utensil.
That person should probably send us an email also.
Yes. It's the unwritten rule of licking that if you're going to lick a person, make sure that they're okay with it.
It's really not unwritten. I think we've pretty much written it now.
Many
I know,
cultures.
write
that's
it down
definitely
if
a
I
law
need to.
somewhere.
How much damage have we done to this man?
18 points of damage.
Whoa.
And I will remind the DM that
Oh,
they cannot heal from that damage.
They cannot heal because as your rapier plunges into a Minotaur bull eye, right? It kind of lands and squats because it's kind of absorbing the shock. That's how landing on a disc works. Look it up. You plunge your rapier into its eye, and it
It's
blinks
clear eye.
for a moment. It's clear eye.
That's right.
It thinks to itself,
Why did I
know,
do this?
life is full of ups and downs. I had just the most momentous moment of my life, and now I die. And it falls back and plummets 80 feet into a liquid.
Onto the Minotaur
Lake.
below.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was
Of
anyone
lava.
standing right under the disc?
The
And
other
it-
Minotaur.
It will clip the other Minotaur as it falls into the lava.
Ooh, everyone, me figure out how long it take to get platform from top to bottom. 1 Minotaur.
Oh.
Oh. And then Umla falls off the disc.
On the
And
way
everyone
down shouting,
applauds.
worth it!
That was a good one.
Regret nothing. And we will say, I mean, everyone is out of range. The fire giant has left. The flame wraith is out of range with his firebolt. So, assuming that your plan is to rise to the top of the shaft, you do that successfully.
And
Yes.
in life, just to rise to the top.
Yes.
You
that's our
have
goal.
are.
It's good to
That's
learn. It's learning and growing. That's what we're doing here.
That's right. It just takes a little perseverance.
What do we see at
You
the
know-
top, Scott? Is there somebody else there? And anybody there other than our entranced trio?
Well, we'll find out what's at the top of the shaft on the next exciting
What?
episode
Oh,
of Total Party Kill.
This is like that Seinfeld episode where they were in a Chinese restaurant for the whole episode.
I like how Jason streamed a video of the pit that didn't change for 2 hours.
I know.
I moved.
Yeah, I
the fire
moved
giant.
too.
The fire giant moved
Okay.
several
Yeah.
times.
Sorry, effectively didn't
Look,
change.
Tony,
I actually was
Tony.
thinking I might replace this with just the Zoom video because there's nothing.
This was a bottle episode. Sometimes
It was.
our
Yeah.
budget
Saving-
runs a little short.
Shaft.
Yes.
Shaft.
So we
Lava
made
Damn
it.
lake.
right.
Very expensive.
Classic
I paid
shaft
for this
episode.
lava
Top-
lake.
Top
We're
of the
using it.
shaft's going to be very
Yeah.
expensive next
Yep.
week.
So Scott, just so we have the knowledge next
top
time,
of the shaft to you.
how far do we have to get to the top from where we're at?
20
Only
feet.
20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, so 2 rounds will have elapsed by then.
Correct.
Mhm.
If there's
All
anything
right,
you
then.
want to do, just let me know. You might
Well,
wanna
I'm
put
just
it in
saying
the
that
chat.
we've got, at that point, we will have 8 rounds of hypnotism left on the remaining.
Yes, I will say, let's put that
Oh,
to 8
zip.
Oh, yeah.
rounds.
I was just about to do that.
And if
No.
anybody
you're
has
doing
any
that.
healing resources of any kind remaining, Carlos has 2 hit points. Carlos, who has been hit very little in many, many, many episodes, has 2 hit points left.
Yeah, well, I get hit all the
Averages, man.
time, so
Yeah, I know. Out of like 80,
I'm-
it's like
I'm
there's
very
not a lot left.
squishy. But yes, I can if you
Well,
remind me at the beginning of
So
the next one.
if you had told me that this episode would entirely be us standing on the disc, I would have said, "Oh no, it's like death. Everybody will hate it." But you know what?
No, this is a good one.
This was a good one. We learned, we grew, we dispensed questionable
think-
advice.
Jason,
There's
if
going to be a
somebody
lot
had
of
told me,
flashbacks to this
Good
episode
advice.
later.
Jason,
There's
if
going to be a
somebody
lot
had-
of flashbacks.
if somebody had told me that this episode was going to be just us on the disc, I would have said yes, of course.
Ah,
'Cause that's
well.
exactly what I was
Story
expecting.
checks out.
You know,
This is
Wait a minute,
this
how
has
long are
been
these
an episode.
episodes? Less than 6 hours? Then yes.
yeah. Yeah, but I'm saying but it was so much more because of all the lessons that we the life lessons we taught.
We grew.
I mean, we pivoted to a
fun.
totally different kind of podcast. That's
Jason,
great.
the real disc was the friends we made along the way.
The real disc was inside us all along. Oh no, see a doctor.
No.
I was wondering where that real disc
You
got
should
to.
have several discs inside of you, is my understanding.
No, doctor, I slipped and fell on the real disc, and that's how it got there.
Well, we should say to the listeners of the bootleg and the live stream, this is our last stream for a little while for
And
Dark
our
Sun.
last ever episode of
We
Total
may
Party
never
Kill.
return.
Thanks for dropping by.
I wonder what's up in
Cliffhanger.
above.
What's at the top of the
What's
elevator?
at the top of the
Probably
shaft?
not what was there
We'll
when we
never
went
know.
down.
Well, at the moment, our next scheduled episode is or session is August 19th, so a couple months from now. And you never know. People take summer vacations again and stuff. So hopefully we'll hit that one, but we won't be here for a little while. So if you're listening to the bootleg or the live stream, we'll miss you. Thank you.
So
we hope you learned a lot. We hope you
got
grew.
plenty of time to put into action all the things you learned today, and I expect a full report from each of you when we return.
Plenty of time to write those complaint letters to Scott about all the things that he let us do that we shouldn't be allowed to do.
And licking requests. Don't forget those.
Get the licking.
That's
Never.
right. And well,
And the picture of the item to be licked and or the implement to be used for the licking.
I should probably set up like a TPK at theincomparable.com where you can send those in.
Yep, Scott at scott.com.
Send me your
Give that a shot,
1, 2, 3
and
Main
if
Street.
it bounces back to you, sorry.
Then Jason did
Right. It wasn't meant to be.
That happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes get used to disappointment.
Life,
you know?
life teaches us many lessons, including that sometimes mistakes are made. So
Life
roll
finds a way.
Send an
Also,
email
not
to
to
lick
lick
with
certain
6 Ks at cankmilk.com.
Wow,
At
representing honesty.
cankmilk.com.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lick for right October.
Postmaster
use out
at
of that.
cankmilk. Webmaster at cankmilk.com.
Oh, God.
It can be revealed that I am the webmaster at.
Who is the cake master of Cake Talk?
The old WM, as we call him.
Yeah.
Man. I could
Good
add
work,
now
everybody.
I'm sitting here thinking I could add a domain. I could add cankmilk to my email forwarding domain. And whoa, man, what could I do with that?
You
not a
can discard
lot.
all of the licking related emails that come to that.
All I
address.
do
That's
is
one thing.
pay an annual fee to continue to own cankmilk.com, you know?
One of
It's
these
worth
days,
it.
the
It's worth it.
squatting is going to pay off.
It
Someone's
is
going
worth
to
it.
come. If only I could have
That's
bought
right.
cakemilk.com.
I'm sure it's already
Jason,
happened. I'm sure somebody
also-
already is like, I'm going to set up a whole thing. I got a business model. All it needs is the domain cankmilk.com.
I
And they're
got
like,
the
what
milk,
the hell?
but no place to
What?
sell it.
This is my final piece of advice for people listening. One day, the squatting will pay off.
Good night,
not always
everybody. Good night, live stream. Oh, God.
Go away.